Do you want to speak English automatically, without translating in your head? Imagine waking up tomorrow with a clear accent and the confidence to express your deepest thoughts and feelings to anyone. The secret isn't just memorizing vocabulary lists. It is physically training your mouth to move like a native speaker. Today, we are going to transform your fluency using the most powerful method available, shadowing. We are going to walk through real-life stories, from moving to a new city to a cozy weekend in the mountains. And you are going to speak every single step of the way with me. By the end of this session, your pronunciation will be sharper and your confidence will be unlocked. Let's begin. Welcome. Today we are going to do something special. We aren't just learning words, we are learning the rhythm and the music of the language. This is your ultimate English speaking practice. The rules are simple. I will tell you a story about everyday life, split into small, manageable sentences. First, just listen to how I say it. Listen to my intonation and my speed. Then, when I pause, I want you to repeat it exactly as I did. Don't just say the words, copy my emotion. We will start with simple thoughts and slowly move to deeper, more complex descriptions. Let's start our day. Relax your jaw, take a deep breath, and repeat after me. Chapter 1. A peaceful morning. Yesterday, I woke up and the sun was shining. I felt very happy when I saw the bright blue sky. I made a cup of tea and sat by the window. I felt calm and peaceful as I watched the trees outside. Later, I got a phone call from my friend. She told me some sad news about her job. I felt worried because she was upset. I tried to cheer her up and told her everything would be okay. Chapter 2. Evening in the city. Now let's shift our focus to the evening. We're going to practice daily English conversation topics regarding meeting friends and enjoying food. Focus on the happy tone in my voice. In the evening, we met for dinner at her favorite restaurant. When I saw her smile, I felt very proud of her. We talked and laughed together for hours. At the end of the day, I felt grateful for my friends. After dinner, we walked slowly through the city streets. The lights from the shops made everything look so beautiful. We stopped at a small cafe to have some dessert. I ordered a slice of chocolate cake and a cup of tea. Chapter 3. The storm outside. Let's practice changing the atmosphere. Now we will describe the weather and a cozy feeling. It started to rain softly. I felt very calm watching the rain through the window. We stayed in the cafe for another hour, just talking. It felt good to slow down and enjoy the evening. Later, we shared a taxi and said goodbye with big smiles. As I got home, I felt happy and relaxed after such a nice night. Chapter 4. A new beginning. Now, we are going to level up. These sentences are a bit longer and deal with complex emotions like nervousness and excitement. This is the story of moving to a new place. Last year, I decided to move to a new city because I wanted to start a new job and meet new people. At first, I felt very excited about this big change. But as the moving day got closer, I also started to feel a little nervous and unsure. On the first morning in my new apartment, I woke up early and looked out the window at the busy streets below, feeling both curious and a little lonely. Later that day, I joined a local language class to meet new people. During the first few weeks, I often felt a mix of emotions. Sometimes I felt excited and full of energy, and other times I missed my old friends and felt a bit sad. But every time I explored a new part of the city or discovered a cozy cafe, I felt proud of myself for taking this big step and creating a new life. Now, after several months, I feel more confident and comfortable in my new city.
and I'm very grateful for all the experiences and new friendships I've made.
Chapter 5. Art and Reflection. Let's slow the pace down. We are visiting a museum. Focus on clearer, more thoughtful enunciation here. Last Saturday, I visited a new art museum in the city. I was very excited because I had heard great things about it from my friends. When I entered the museum, I felt amazed by the beautiful paintings and sculptures. I walked slowly through the galleries and looked carefully at each piece of art.
Some paintings made me feel very calm, while others made me feel thoughtful and curious. I especially loved a painting of a quiet lake surrounded by mountains. It reminded me of my childhood holidays, and I felt both happy and a little nostalgic. After a few hours, I sat in the museum cafe and reflected on everything I had seen. I felt grateful for the chance to experience so much beauty in one day. Chapter 6. The Surprise Party. Now, let's bring some energy back. We are telling a story about family and celebration. Keep your tone lively and warm. Last month, my family organized a big surprise party for my grandmother's 80th birthday. She didn't know anything about it, so we were all very excited to see her reaction. When she entered the room and saw all her friends and family there, she looked completely surprised and tears came to her eyes. I felt incredibly happy to see her smile and to know that we had made her feel so loved. During the dinner, we shared funny stories and happy memories from her life, and I noticed how proud she looked listening to everyone. At one point, my cousin gave a beautiful speech about how strong and kind my grandmother has always been, and many people in the room felt very emotional. As I listened to the speech, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for having such a wonderful family. At the end of the evening, we all sang her favorite song together, and I will always remember the joy and love I felt in that moment.
Chapter 7. The Mountain Getaway. We've arrived at our final story. This is the most descriptive part of our session. We will talk about nature, travel, and friendship. Listen to the flow of the sentences. Last weekend, I went on a short trip to the mountains with two of my closest friends. We had been planning this trip for weeks, and I was really looking forward to it because I hadn't had a proper break for a long time. On the way there, we drove through beautiful green countryside, listening to music and laughing together, and I felt so happy and relaxed, far away from the usual stress of work and daily life. When we arrived at the cabin, the air was cool and fresh, and I could hear the sound of birds in the trees. On Saturday afternoon, we decided to meet at the park. The weather was warm and sunny, perfect for a walk. We brought some snacks and drinks with us. I carried a big blanket so we could sit on the grass. When we arrived, the park was full of families and children. We found a quiet spot under a large tree. We listened to music and talked about our week. I felt really relaxed sitting there with my friends. But during the evening, the weather changed suddenly. A strong storm came. We had to stay inside the cabin listening to the heavy rain and thunder. I must admit, I felt a little anxious and uneasy even though we were safe.
To make the best of the situation, we cooked dinner together and played games. The warm light inside and the sound of our laughter helped me feel cozy and grateful, even with the storm outside. On the last morning of the trip, the storm had passed and the sky was bright blue. As I stood outside with a cup of coffee in my hand, looking at the beautiful mountains in the distance, I felt a quiet happiness and a strong sense of peace. Later that afternoon, we went for a long walk along a quiet forest path. The sun was shining through the leaves, and as we walked and talked about our lives, I felt a deep sense of friendship and trust. As the sun started to set, we packed up and walked home, feeling happy and refreshed. Conclusion. You have done an amazing job today. You didn't just listen, you participated. You lived through these stories and practiced the English language in a deep and meaningful way. Remember, consistency is key. Come back to this video whenever you need to reset your pronunciation or practice your fluency. If you found this practice helpful and want to continue your journey to fluency, please give this video a like. It really helps the community grow. And don't forget to subscribe to English Glow for more immersive lessons like this one. I'll see you in the next video.